do you understand what a CHESS certificate means? You know, do you know the difference between an ETF and a direct holding? Do you need to? I bought some Apple shares on bloody Sharesies, and I log in and I can see it going up. And if I want to sell, get that money out, I can just sell them and get that money out. I don't care what happens in and around all of that. We look at something like Stripe, for example, right? They just move $3.2 trillion a year of value exchange, currency exchange, payments onto stablecoin rails, right? So if you trade on a Shopify store in the US today, you're on stablecoin, whether you know it or not. You're already in the system, you're already using it. And so I think this sort of institutional adoption will be the road to mainstream adoption. I don't think it'll be one red pill at a time, you know, like we thought about in the DGen world where we were trying to...
Well, that's how everyone would have approached it in the past, right? I feel like you felt like you had to convince the masses, but the way you're sort of spinning it is it's, again, that top-down perspective where you're just forced to adopt it.
It won't matter. And half the time you won't even know. So I think that there's definitely that element to it where mass adoption looks like that to me, right? A company, you look at Stripe. Why did they move $3.2 trillion of payments a year onto stablecoin? Because it saved them 90% cost. Right? It was a 90% cost reduction. Think about that. 90% cost saving to use this vehicle called a stablecoin versus this vehicle you call a fiat note, right? Or fiat currency. So stablecoin on blockchain rails, fiat on Swift rails, I saved 90%, which means that there's a whole bunch of people in this old system that are clipping the ticket on the way through, and they've been clipping the ticket for a long time, and the new system...
They've been comfy, hey?
Yeah. And that's where all the disruption and all the problems and all the crypto's a scam narratives are coming from. You know, those guys aren't going to let go of that gravy train anytime soon, and not without a fight. Now, getting into will it be stable coins? Will it be altcoins? Will it be base cryptos? I don't think we've seen the evolution of cryptocurrency yet where it reaches that level of identification. Let me explain. So I think Bitcoin's an outlier. Bitcoin being a completely decentralized token of fixed supply, I think that's an outlier. I don't know. I mean, sure, there'll probably be others that'll try and adopt the Bitcoin model, and we've seen them, right? But they've never achieved that level of success because Bitcoin has managed to become kind of the gold standard, the underlying kind of base layer of this. And it's a beautiful thing that it has, that we've got this decentralized lack of ownership kind of vehicle that's underpinning the financial market. To me, that makes a lot more sense than the current one, right? If I can scoop up all the world's gold and we still have the gold standard in place and I control the world's financial system, that seems like a fucking broken idea. So I think that Bitcoin becomes the underlying kind of gold standard of the financial system, and everybody will have to own some Bitcoin in some way, shape or form. And then there'll be all of the layer 2s and layer 3s that are built on top of it that will ultimately become the survivors. Now, maybe some of them are in existence already and they'll survive. Maybe there's new ones coming that will be purpose-built for specific use cases that'll do a much better job and make more sense to use. I think stablecoins are an interesting one. I have a very unpopular idea about stablecoins, and it's a little controversial, but I think stablecoins are a means to an end. I think stablecoins de-risk the adoption of cryptocurrency. Like, I'm gonna give you this thing. It's worth $1, and I'm gonna put $1 over here so you can see that there's $1 there. It's kind of this escrow type function. And it adds, and only reason it's there is because you might be skeptical, Pav, that this thing's worth $1, right? Or you might not be willing to take the risk that it might be worth $1 today, but at 50 cents tomorrow, right? And if you look at traditional markets, even back to when sort of we started trading commodities and FX and all those sorts of things, volatility was normal in the adoption phase of new investment products. There's pump and dumps, there's manipulations, but then they reach a certain point where that starts to level out, and now we've got FX curves that look like this, we've got commodities curves that look like this, and now we're starting to see the crypto curves flattening out as well. And so I propose, or at least my hypothesis is that we will see an end to stablecoins, but it'll happen in years to come, but they'll become a useless product. They'll be an unnecessary useless product in years to come. But They will definitely serve a purpose in the near future, in the near term, as we all kind of figure out the safest and most effective way to adopt blockchain rails or adopt this blockchain structure and enjoy the benefits of this new technology that's much better than the Swift technology that exists.